This is the High Voltage Business Builders Podcast, daily intelligence for serious e-commerce portfolio builders across Amazon, TikTok Shop, Shopify, Walmart, and every channel that moves the needle. Neil Twa and his Voltage team all day, every day, since 2012. Let's get into it.
Most operators running Amazon ads are funding Amazon's growth, not their own. They are bidding on keywords they cannot afford, running campaigns they cannot read, and watching margin disappear into an ad dashboard that is designed to spend more of your money, not less. And the worst part? They think the problem is their product. It is not the product. It is the setup. I am breaking down the most common Amazon ads pitfalls I see across sellers at every level, what the mistakes actually cost you, and the 3 moves that stop the bleed before it takes out your margins for good. Look, Amazon ads is not complicated, but it is easy to make expensive. And most operators make it expensive in the same 3 ways, over and over. First, they launch ads before the listing is ready. I see this constantly. Brand new listing, 0 reviews, a main image that looks like it was shot in a parking lot, and the operator is running sponsored products on broad match. They are paying for clicks into a listing that was never going to convert. The ad spend is not the problem. The listing is the problem, but the ad account takes the blame. Here is the thing about Amazon's algorithm. It is tracking your conversion rate from day 1. If you dump traffic into a weak listing, you are telling Amazon that shoppers do not want your product, and Amazon remembers that. The IDQ score, the internal quality signal Amazon assigns to new listings, rewards patience. I tell every operator in our community the same thing. Do not touch a new listing for 7 to 21 days. Let it settle. Run ads only when the listing can convert. Second pitfall, bidding on keywords that eat budget without generating profit. Broad match is not a discovery strategy. It is a donation to Amazon's ad revenue. I have seen operators spending $8,000 a month on broad match keywords and wondering why their advertising cost of sales is at 60%. Yeah, because you're showing your $29.99 home goods product to someone who searched storage solutions for a yacht. That is not your customer. The move is to start with exact match on your 5 to 10 highest intent keywords. Build your negative keyword list aggressively from week 1. Every irrelevant search term that burns a click gets added to negatives. This is not glamorous. It is also where the money is. Third, operators never look at profitability by SKU. They look at total ad spend. That is the wrong number. Across my 30-brand portfolio, I look at net margin per unit after ad cost. Not revenue, not ROAS, net per unit. Because a product doing $50,000 a month in revenue at a 5% net margin after ads is not a win. That is a job with extra steps. Amazon ads is a tool. It works when the listing works. It bleeds when it does not. Let me tell you what I watched happen with one operator in our community. He came to us doing about $18,000 a month in revenue. Not bad for a newer brand. But his margins were underwater. He could not figure out why. He was running Amazon ads, getting clicks, making sales. On paper, it looked like progress. When we pulled his numbers, the advertising cost of sales on his main SKU was 42%. 42%. On a product with a 30% gross margin. You do the math. He was literally paying Amazon to lose money on every sale. And he had been doing it for 4 months because the revenue number kept going up, and he thought that meant things were working. They were not working. The first thing we did was pause every broad match campaign. All of them. He almost had a heart attack. I'll lose rank. That is the fear. And it is mostly wrong. Organic rank does not collapse overnight when you turn off bad ad spend. What collapses is the cash drain. Then we rebuilt his campaigns from scratch. Exact match only, 12 keywords, pulled from his actual converting search terms over the prior 60 days. Tight bids, set at what his margin could actually support. Not what Amazon suggested. Amazon suggested bids are designed to get to spend more. They are not designed to make you profitable. 6 weeks later, his advertising cost of sales was at 18%. Revenue dropped slightly, to about $14,000 a month. But his net margin went from negative to just over 19%. He made more money on $14,000 in revenue than he had on $18,000. That is the reframe that changes everything. Revenue is vanity. Profit is sanity. Cash flow is king. That line is in Almost Automated Income with FBA for a reason. I have watched operators chase revenue numbers right off a cliff. This operator stopped chasing, started building. That is the difference.
While saving 17 hours a week doing it, that's exactly what we built Voltage Business Builders for. It combines the power of experience and being in the right room with the power of AI to compress time and increase your business profits. More than AI for the sake of using AI. It's a room full of senior sellers with over 15 years in e-com, showing you the ropes of AI, business building, and creating generational wealth through business. Visit VoltageDM.com to see what's inside the Voltage Business Builders room.
3 moves. Operators at every level can use these this week. Move 1. Audit your advertising cost of sales by SKU, not by account total. Go into your Amazon Ads dashboard right now. Look at each individual SKU. Find the ones where advertising cost of sales is higher than your gross margin. Those SKUs are bleeding. You are not running ads on them. You are subsidizing Amazon. Pause the worst offenders. Do not delete the campaigns. Pause them. Give yourself 30 days to rebuild the listing or the bid structure before you turn them back on. This one move alone will recover margin for most operators. Move 2. Build your negative keyword list like it is your most important ad asset. Because it is. Every week, pull your search term report. Every irrelevant term that got a click gets added as a negative exact. I know, nobody wants to do this. It takes 30 minutes a week. It also stops your budget from funding searches that will never buy your product. If you have never done this, your first session is going to be eye-opening. You will find things in there that have nothing to do with your product, and you have been paying for them. Move 3. Set a profit-based bid ceiling before you touch any campaign. This is the discipline most operators skip. Before you set a bid, know your numbers. What is your selling price? What is your cost of goods? What are your FBA fees? What is your target net margin per unit? Work backwards from there to find the maximum you can pay per click and still hit your number. If Amazon's suggested bid is above that ceiling, you do not pay it. Full stop. Bidding above your profitable ceiling is not a growth strategy. It is hope with a credit card. These are not complicated moves. They are boring. They are also exactly what the operators in our community who build real income-producing assets do every single week. If today's episode hit close to home and your Amazon Ads dashboard feels like a slot machine you cannot read, the data problem is real and more tabs will not fix it. Most operators are drowning in tabs. Ads, listings, inventory, pricing, reviews, all of it open at once. And AI tools look like the easy answer. Just let it run, right? Wrong. Bad data in means bad calls out. You do not save time. You make expensive mistakes faster. That is not freedom. That is chaos with nobody steering. Here's what actually works. Caiman Data pulls your live Amazon numbers into one clear picture. Ads, listings, sales, inventory, all of it together. You can see what is working and what is quietly costing you money every single day. Not another spreadsheet that eats your Sunday night. And you stay in charge. You see the reason before you say yes. Nothing runs without your approval. You are the CEO. Caiman Data just gives you a clear view so you can act like one. That level of account review used to take hours every week. Jumping between Seller Central, your ad account, your inventory reports, your margin tracker, Caiman Data cuts that down with one live connection to your account. Hours back, clarity up. That is how Voltage helps operators save time, protect margin, and grow without losing control. 13 plus years of running real brands. We built this for the way operators actually work. If you are serious about protecting your margins and building a brand that actually makes money, not just revenue, come check it out at VoltageDM.com. Thank you for spending part of your day with us here on the High Voltage Business Builders podcast. We will see you back here tomorrow. Until then, stay high voltage.